When people send me messages like this, you know these cookies are something special. Today, I'm sharing how to make the world's best chocolate chip cookies with gooey center, crispy edges, and a melt in your mouth texture. You will want to save this one.
Hi everyone and welcome to Abhishekz Kitchen. Today we are going to make world's best chocolate chip cookies. So let's begin. First I'll show you the ingredients. So here I have 255 grams of 70% dark chocolate, 70 grams of milk chocolate. So there is a small portion of milk chocolate because it adds caramel note to our chocolate chip cookies. Next we have 150 grams of granulated sugar and 165 grams of light brown sugar. Now we are using both of these sugars because white sugar makes it crispier and brown sugar makes it chewy. Brown sugar, which has molasses, gives caramel notes to our cookies. And here we are using two types of flour. The first one is 160 grams of bread flour and 150 grams of normal all-purpose flour. So to have the texture of chewiness in our chocolate chip cookies, we are using bread flour as well. Then we have 225 grams of unsalted butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 large eggs at room temperature. So what eggs does? Eggs will add moisture here and combine the wet and dry ingredients. So this ingredients will add richness and moisture to our cookies. To change a little bit of flavor, we have half teaspoon of fine sea salt. So it's going to be the best cookies we have ever made. So stay tuned. Alright, let's start by combining our things first. So we'll add this vanilla to eggs and give that a little mix because we don't want specks of eggs in our cookies. Then combine the milk and the dark chocolate. Next, we'll combine our dry ingredients. So to the bread flour, sift in the all-purpose flour, and baking powder and salt. Now we'll do the creaming process of butter and sugar. In the stand mixer bowl, add unsalted butter at room temperature. To this we'll add both of our sugars, white sugar, add all of it, and next the brown sugar. So when you have your mise en place ready, it's quite quick, and if you prepare everything before you start, then you will know if you have everything or not. Because sometimes when you start and you think, okay, I don't have baking soda, but if you keep everything in place, you'll see, okay, I don't have baking soda, I should buy that first. And first start with slow speed, otherwise the sugar will explode everywhere in the kitchen. Now we are increasing the speed. We'll keep on mixing this until they are combined and it's light and fluffy, which takes around 8 to 10 minutes. So don't go beyond medium speed, otherwise heat will generate and the butter will melt, and we don't want the butter to melt. So now we'll stop our mixer and scrape down the sides. It already smelling so good, the butter and the sugar. Sometimes the butter gets stuck at the bottom, so we need to scrape it. You can see that it's combined, but still it's not fluffy, so we still have to mix. Do the scraping process 2-3 times and continue mixing. Now you must be thinking, why are we doing this creaming process? It's to aerate the butter. So what happens is sugar particles enter inside the butter particle and add air to it. It will make our final cookie softer and puffier as compared to dense. That's why we need to do this creaming process. Now why this process is called creaming? Because we are mixing butter and sugar together. And when you keep on mixing, it changes its color from dark to pale yellow, which is the same as the color of the cream. It won't be exactly same because we have added brown sugar, but if you do it with white sugar and butter, it will be same color as cream. This process is also done so you can get uniformly distributed butter and sugar in your entire cookie. It looks aerated and fluffy now, but we'll still do one more round.
scraping the sides first and then mixing it. This time I'll remove bowl and then scrape it, because some bits are done, but on the sides you can see it's still a little bit dense. That's why we scrape the sides. Scraped everything after removing the bowl. Now we are going to do the final mixing. I think now we have got what we were looking for. It looks so fluffy, creamy and aerated. If you don't do this extra step of creaming, making entire of this dough fluffy, I mean your chocolate chip cookie would still be good, but we are making the best one. The best one would have lighter texture, so that's why you need to go a little extra step if you want the best. We'll just scrape one more time and add eggs to it. So we'll add little amount of egg and vanilla mixture and we'll let it incorporate in the dough. So if we add slowly, this will give eggs more time to blend with butter and sugar. We have already spent so much time in aerating, so it's worth to spend this time as well. We'll again scrape the sides of the bowl. So in total of 3 times I added my egg. Everything is mixed now. We don't see any speck of eggs or sugar. Now we'll combine our dry ingredients and chocolate together. We are doing this because if we coat chocolate pieces in flour, then it's uniformly distributed with the batter. Otherwise it will just settle at one place. Now we'll combine our wet and dry ingredients. Transfer it to a stand mixer and do pulse mode. We use pulse mode for 2 reasons. First one is we don't want gluten development, and second one is we don't want the flour on our faces. Now everything is mostly combined, but we finish it with spatula because we don't want to overmix it. There's a lot of flour at the bottom of the bowl. Everything is combined now. So you can either cover this with cling wrap if you have space in the fridge, or transfer it to an airtight container. Now we'll transfer this to an airtight container. If you are in a rush, you can still make it, but it will still be tasty. But we are making the world's best chocolate chip cookie. The eggs and the butter will hydrate the dough more and it will taste amazing tomorrow. If you have a little bit of time, minimum of 3 hours it should be in the fridge, but overnight would be best, but you have to rest it. If you want, you can freeze it as well, and the night before you can defrost in the fridge and use it the next day. Now I'll see you tomorrow. So now this dough has been chilled, and now we are going to use an ice cream scoop to scoop the dough into the baking sheet. So this dough has been chilled for 3 hours, but I told you to do it overnight. So I'll do one more tomorrow, but today I'm going to show you what's the difference between the two. So let's open it. Wow, it smells so good. After chilling, I kept it outside for 20 minutes so that it's easy to scoop. It's still a little tight, so if you want, you can keep it outside for 1 hour and then scoop it. Try to keep a gap of 2 to 3 inches between 2 cookies because they are going to spread once the heat is applied from the oven. Let's bake it for 15 to 18 minutes. Alright, so now we are going to do taste test of our world's best chocolate chip cookie. It's been cool down now. Wow, look at that gooey chocolatey center. You can see the melted dark and chocolate. The edges are crispy and the center is cooked, but it's soft. So what I'm looking here, I should have crispy edges, which you can see, soft center, and chocolate in every bite. So let me taste it. Wow, it's so chocolatey, so moist from the center, and I can have the crispy edges
It's so good, man. It's so good. Hi everyone. So yesterday we baked the cookies, resting it in the fridge for 3 hours, and today we are going to bake the second batch. In this, we have rested our dough overnight in the fridge. So let's repeat the process.
So 1 hour ago I took this dough out of the fridge, so it's easy to scoop now.
Alright, so this is the taste test 2 of our world's best chocolate chip cookies. So look at this beautiful cookies. Look at this melting chocolate. So what I'm looking, it should have crispy edges, soft center, and the most important thing, it should have chocolate in every bite. Let's dig in. Oh wow, this is absolutely delicious. As soon as I had the bite, the chocolate just exploded in my mouth, and then it all melted, everything. There's a crisp texture from the edges to get perfect texture of the chocolate chip cookie. So this is the world's best chocolate chip cookie. I hope you all will try it and let me know how it turned out. So now the question is, which one is better, to keep the dough overnight in the fridge or 3 hours is enough? So the winner is the overnight one. Why? Because it has more hydration. The dough was hydrated for a longer time. So as soon as I had a bite, everything just melted in my mouth. So if you have time, go for overnight. And also you can just store this in the fridge for 2 days. So if you have to make it in the middle of the week, you can just make it over the weekend. Put it in an airtight container and then just bake it. Overnight is the winner. But the 3 hours one was also great. But do bake it. See ya.
If you like this world's best chocolate chip cookie, then you should check my 5-ingredient no-bake Oreo cheesecake. Link is in the description and on the end screen.